What's going on, everybody? So today we have Naby Damarputra from the West Virginia University School of Dentistry. Naby, thank you so much for joining us today, man.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate the love, man.
Of course, bro. So let's go ahead and get started, man. If you could just give us a brief summary of your dental school journey. So where you're from, where you went to undergrad, what you major in, and did you take a year off?
For sure. Yeah, so I was born in Indonesia, actually. So I'm not really from around the States. Then I moved to Malaysia when I was around 9 years old until I came to the States when I was 11. Then when I was 11, I went to this small town called Elkins, West Virginia. It's about an hour and a half south from here. Really small town, like probably some 10, 15,000 or so. But, I didn't know what I wanted to do in high school. I was kind of, just partying, like didn't know if I wanted to do anything. And then my brother went to the military. He's a Marine Corps. He went to the Marine Corps.
Okay.
And I figured, I kind of wanted to do the Air Force, but my senior year came along, and I took the ASVAB, which is like an entrance for the military exam. And then my mom, last minute, she was like, I don't want you to go to military. She didn't want to do military boys because she was a single mom and everything. So I was like, all right, I'll take my ACT at the very last minute. This was in July, and school started in August. This was the last second. I didn't study for it at all. Took it the next week, got a good enough score to go in West Virginia. Then originally, my freshman year, I was a pre-engineering major. So I wanted to do like petroleum or chemical engineering. But I had an internship. I didn't like it. I liked the engineering part of it, but I didn't like, I just didn't like it. So I switched majors to bio, and I didn't like bio. So I was like, and I hate bio. So I went to exercise physiology. But with that major, I couldn't directly jump in because you had to take so many classes before you take those classes. So I actually went to undergrad for 5 years.
Okay.
So I was engineering, I went to bio, then XPhys. I loved XPhys. It was a good major. It was pretty hard actually, but it prepared me a lot for dental school. So yeah, I just started thinking about dentistry ever since actually high school. I kind of want to be a dentist, but I just didn't think that I could do it. So I went engineering. I was like, 4 years and I'm done. Then my undergrad, semester goes by, my grades were good, semester goes by, did some research, everything went fine. And I actually only applied to one school, which is this school.
Okay.
Yeah. I took no gap year, just applied one time. The reason I applied to one school is because it was cheap for me to go here is like,
don't even tell me, bro.
Yeah, so much more cheaper than anywhere
hurt.
else. Yeah, so much more cheaper to go anywhere else. So I applied here, took my GAT first try. My interview went pretty well actually, and I got the call the first round. That's when as soon as December 1st hits, when everyone got the phone call with the first preference. She called me around 4 o'clock, and I was so happy, and I got in over here. So yeah, it's been a pretty good journey. I've been pretty lucky and pretty blessed. Everything came the way I wanted it to.
So okay, so you took the DAT. So I'm assuming that like you said that your major prepped you, pretty well for dental school, and of course some of the dental school stuff is on the DAT. So like, did you need to study? Like, what'd you use to study, or like, what's your tip?
Yeah. So that summer, I planned to take my GAT like, I think it was like, I don't know, June or May, something like that. But then that summer, my grandma passed away. So I didn't really, I kind of moved it back to like July 20 or something, which is one of the like later dates to take it. So I pretty much only had around, I think I had like a 4 week period actually, what I was actually studying, that's not a lot at all.
It's not.
No. Actually, it was more like 3 weeks for me because I slack off a lot. But I actually was grounded, 8-9 hours a day, just kind of. And I like that. That's my way to study, anyways, But I used DAT Bootcamp that helped me a lot. Chad videos, if you don't know, it's like the Chad videos for organic that helped me a lot as well. And I used like a AP biology book that I had that
Are you talking about like that cliff? It was like cliffs?
Yeah, something
The
like that.
yellow?
Like a yellow. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It
Yeah.
helped me a lot in bio. And then I had this organic book. It's like I use it in undergrad. It's called Organic as a Second Language. It's a small book. It comes in part one and part two Orgo. I use it in undergrad actually, and that book helped me a lot in undergrad. I just read that book pretty much front to back. It's like this thin, very small. It pretty much summarizes it up, organics, like organic for dummies, I use that book, looked over my notes and everything, like all the exercises they gave you, that and Chad's videos for that. So that's pretty much what I use for a DAT. That's pretty much it, man.
Okay, and one more time, bro. What's the Orgo book called? Because I know like a lot of people struggle with the Orgo section. So
Yeah, organic as a second language.
organic as a second language.
Yeah, you look up on Amazon. It's pretty cheap. It's like, I don't know, $50. It's like a small book. It's not even a textbook. It's like kind of like a manual, pretty much. How do you do organic for dummies? And it helped me a lot.
Okay.
There's a bunch of exercises on there and stuff. So yeah.
Okay. Smooth. Okay, so then, did you ever do any type of like pre-dental program at your school at West Virginia, or like does your school even offer those type of things or no?
Yeah. So we had like a pre-dental club, but I wasn't really active. But there's this thing called Destination Dentistry, and you can sign up, and you can apply for that, and then they'll give you like they'll accept you, and you can go for a whole day. You pretty much meet with the dean that accepts people, like academic I don't know, dean, something like that.
Yeah.
You meet her up, and you meet all the teachers and everything, and you go to like a whole big tour, and you talk to all these students, former students, like what to expect. The first, second, third year students. You go through clinic, and you do like this kind of like hands-on activity for like just with the handpiece and like some stuff like that. I do like amalgam packing and stuff like that. So it was pretty fun. But that was like, I think that was my junior year or something, or my senior. I can't remember. I think it was my junior year. Yes, there's not really like a pre-dental like major or anything in my school. But I think exercise physiology major for my school pretty much prepares you for dental and med school around here. So it's kind of like the pre-med or pre-dental major for West Virginia University, but there wasn't really like a pre-dental major or anything like that.
Okay. And so like you said, I mean, we know you got in December 1st, but how was the actual interview? You know what I mean? Like, was it relaxed? Was it kind of did it kind of like, how was it? Like, how was the whole day?
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty good with interviews. I'm not gonna humble brag or anything, but like I love talking to people, and I love meeting new people. And I remember going in there, and there was two of my friends that I didn't know didn't get in the first time, and then they were in my interview with me, and so it was pretty chill. It was pretty chillax. I was talking to them the whole time. I now wore like a blue and yellow, after my school, like a blue shirt and like a yellow tie and all the suit and everything. And the Dr. Sheila Price, which is like the academic associate dean or whatever, she complimented on me on my suit and everything. And so we got a big tour. We ate lunch and everything. It was a whole day process, obviously. We wrote like a personal statement letter, like a whole bunch of essay and everything. And then at the end is the actual interview part, and they take you to like 7 different rooms. It's like 3 committees. So one room would be like one committee, the other room would be other, and then the other one would be the other. So I was one of the last ones. I got taken upstairs, and actually 2 endodontists, actually, yeah, 2 endo interviewed me. One is like a regular private practice endo. She's actually in town, Dr. Naby Damarputra, and the other one, he's not with the school anymore, but he was a faculty at the school. But yeah, it went well. They asked me. I had one seat in undergrad, and they asked me about that. They drilled me on that, having that. It was Chem 2. But yeah, that's my only. They drilled me on that. Then it was pretty much relaxed. You gotta be honest, like you can't really. I didn't prepare at all. I didn't really look up like YouTube videos how to prepare for this. I just kind of answered set up questions. I didn't want to sound. I know one goal coming in there is like I didn't want to sound too arrogant, but I didn't want to sound,
like too rehearsed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I feel you.
So, but I didn't want to be arrogant, I didn't want to be like, I got this, I got that. But yeah, just be yourself, and if you messed up in your undergrad, then just tell them why you did that. That's reasons to everything. But yeah, they're just the one thing I kept in mind. They're just people, and then I see Dr. Dem Supak, all the time here, and I still talk to her. She's on my Facebook friends actually, and she's my interviewee. So they should interview her. So yeah, they're just people. You can't really people get really tensed up on interviews and they just absolutely butcher it. But you got to realize they could be your sister, it could be your aunt, it could be your mom, interviewing you. So like they're just people. So it went well.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
That was good advice,
Yeah,
though. That was good advice. And
for
so, okay.
sure.
And so you said that you chose West Virginia because it was the cheapest option, which is real. Um,
It was cheap and convenient. I the one regret I didn't do is try to apply to other schools. I
okay.
kind of want maybe go somewhere warmer, like the Carolinas. I did look into one other school, ECU,
Yeah.
just because of my friend is from around there. But I heard they accept pretty much 100% in state because it's a new school. I heard, yeah.
So I was gonna ask you the same thing about West Virginia. Like, do you all have out of state students?
Yes. So we actually we already prefer usually in-state students, about probably 60%. But the past 2 years, actually, my class and the class before us, we've actually about half and half of out of state and in-state. So, but we usually accept more in-state, but for some reason this past 2 years, it's about being half and half. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Cool, cool, cool. And so, you are entering your third year now, but I kind of want
Yeah.
you to go back in time a little bit and kind of break down what your first year was like. So, like, were you all able to, or actually, what were your classes like? Did you all pick up a handpiece at all? Were you in clinic at
Yeah.
all? Things like that.
Yeah, so we had my first year was interesting. I didn't know what to expect. And all I knew coming in there was second year is the hardest year,
Yeah.
which it was. I still think so. I mean, it was not bad, but I still think it was pretty hard. Um, but I came straight from undergrad as a senior, straight to dental school. So I pretty much knew everyone in undergrad here. I knew all my friends. We also went out. All my good friends were still undergrad. So my first year, I was kind of a wild child. I didn't really take dental school very serious. But I was still being professional because I knew like I had responsibilities.
Yeah, yeah,
But
of course.
my roommate now, he was a senior when I was in first year of dental school, so he's my best friend, and we went out all the time, and like everyone in dental school all stressed out. Hey, we have this, I'm like, dude, I don't really care, like whatever. But yeah, it was so the first fall semester I can't remember, we had like uh crap, let me think. We didn't have any hand pieces or anything, but we had like intro to clinical dentistry, so we had like um how to do prophies and how to do like plaque scores and stuff like that, how to set up clinic, how to clean, how to sanitize your station and stuff like that. Perio charting, how to perio chart, how to hold a hand mirror, just stuff like that. Then this spring we had amalgam course, and that was the first time we actually held a handpiece in our hand. To me, I thought that was still the hardest um, operatory class for sure.
Mhm.
Just because amalgam, you have to have specifics. Like you got to have. You can't just composite it. Composite you can just make a hole and it'll bond it to there. And it was a hard course, and it was our first handpiece course, so it was hard. I try to shoot for the A on all the operatory class, but that class I got a B in, which is like still good. It was a tough course, um, but and then in the summer is when we had like some rotations and stuff for clinic. And the second year, it was pretty much all didactic. We have all the pathology classes, um, the principles of medicine, pharmacology and stuff like that. So second year it was pretty demanding just because we had 4 or 5 exams every week.
Yeah.
At one point, I know February we had four, four, four exams for 4 straight weeks, and that was intense. But I think COVID kind of helped us out, in the
Oh yeah.
spring,
Yeah, yeah,
for
y'all
sure.
got. I mean, COVID is of course super unfortunate, but
Yeah.
like, if there was ever a time in dental school for y'all to
Oh yeah.
Second year was it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I told some of our class, like, we had the best positioning ever for out of the first, second, third year. Because the fourth years are trying to graduate, third years are getting in there, and the first years haven't even picked up a handpiece yet. They don't know what they're doing
Exactly.
still, And at this point, we already know how to do everything pretty much, Not everything, but like most of the stuff.
You know the basics.
It's
Definitely
just
the
all,
basics.
yeah. So we at this point, we've had all our fixed courses, our complete dentures in the summer, our occlusion courses, all the composite classes. So yeah, we pretty much know all the basics of all the drilling and stuff like that. But we're still in the process of trying to get everything prepared. So yeah, it's been pretty hectic for sure. But like I told you, my first year I was just dabbling around. I wasn't really taking it seriously. And I finally kind of grew up my second year. I was like, I gotta kind of stop going out 3 times a week and stuff like
It's
that.
gonna hit you sometime. You know what I mean? It might you might get a bad test score or whatever it may be, but it always hits people at different times throughout that first year. It's like, all right, let me chill out a little bit. Let me get to it for sure.
Yeah.
So obviously, I know you haven't attended any other dental schools, but like, what's something unique about West Virginia?
I would definitely say that the small. I don't know how big schools are, but I heard our class is pretty small. So we have 45 per class. I don't know.
45 students.
Yeah, 45 students in our class right now.
Yeah, we have 200. No, we have 240.
Yeah, see, that's crazy. So we know. Yeah, we know everybody. We know by the end of the fourth year, we probably know everything about them. So 45. That's a pretty small class, and that's what I heard.
It might be the smallest. I'm like,
really, yeah,
maybe like that. And bro, that's 45 is really small, bro.
Yeah, I mean our classrooms, they're pretty. Some classrooms are pretty tiny, and we're elbow to elbow, and with 48 people. So so I thought that was pretty unique and pretty cool because you're pretty close to all your faculty members and all your classmates and everything. So yeah, I think that's one of the unique features about West Virginia University for sure.
Okay. And so we're at the end of the interview now, and I kind of want to ask you a more personal question. If you were able to go back and talk to yourself while you were applying to dental school, like what's one piece of like advice or what's that like one gold tip that you would tell yourself?
Yeah, if I had to go back, man, I'd definitely try it for other schools. Just try out, just to look at it, even if it's more expensive. This 4 years it's not really a long time, but it's those 4 years of your life you better enjoy.
It's definitely a little chunk for sure.
And I've been here for a while. I'm just getting tired of this place, But I don't mind it. I got 2 more years, I'm out of here. But I would definitely, if it was me, I have to go back, at least apply an interview to other schools. I never did that. I just applied to one school and got into one school, and thank God I got into one school.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wish I could have, went back and try out to like somewhere south, somewhere else, just even try it out. I might not go there, but just have some options.
Just to see it.
So,
just to see.
Yeah. I don't even know what other schools look like, to be honest with you. I don't know. Like I'm on TikTok sometimes and I see like NYU Dental. I just see what their lab looks like, and I'm like, oh, that looks pretty cool. And I saw TikTok on UCLA Dentistry, and that looked fire. Oh my gosh!
I did a summer program there, and I was like, "This is wild. This is wild."
Dude, I wish I would have went. You saw the hype. I was like, if I saw 4 years there, I didn't know how to act. So yeah, I kind of wish I would have had other, apply to other schools, but it worked out, and I got 2 more years. So and we got good programs. So I'm not mad about it.
Awesome. Naby, thank you so much, bro.
Hey, appreciate it.
Taking the time today. If anybody has any questions, like what's the best way that they can like reach out to you?
Yeah, probably my email. Probably my email or just.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I'll just put your email in the description box below. So if anybody has any other questions about West Virginia, they can definitely reach out.
Sure.
But once again, bro, thank you so much, man.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it, man.
No problem at all,
See you next time.
Always. Yeah. Everybody, if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. Also, if you have any questions for FutureDDS, you can reach out to us on our Instagram at _FutureDDS, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. But until next time, see y'all later.